there's big rumors that you could be prospect of the year. So
Yeah,
how do you feel? Speak on that and make your case.
I'm here, man. I'm here supporting my brother. He's fighting this Saturday. You know, my career has been going really well. I'm 16-0 right now as a professional and ready to get my brother's career going as well.
How nerve-wracking is it to see your brother fight when you can't control the outcome?
Yeah, it is. I'm not gonna lie. It's nerve-wracking a lot. As soon as I landed yesterday, I started getting nauseous and stuff. You know, my little brother making his debut. But you know, we work hard. He's put a lot of work in. He's been training since he was like 6. So you know, he has all the experience that he needs, and we're really excited to finally get his career going.
Training, obviously, I'd assume he's jumping in there with you. He's jumping in with all the guys that are in the gym. Jose Sr. has one of the best stables, in my opinion.
For sure,
we got Big David, we got yourself, a bunch of killers. How did that bring back your brother's love of the sport, or did that inspire him to want to become a pro? What's that been like?
Yeah, it kind of inspired him a lot more because my dad put me and my brother at the gym at the same time, and I was actually the one who was, you know, putting in more work, kind of, you know, taking more out there than my brother was. And when I turned pro, that's when I think it motivated him to want to follow in my footsteps. And when, you know, he saw me training with David, Rayo, all the guys down with Benavidez Sr., it just motivated him more to want to come down here with all of us. And like you said, yeah, he's sparring me, he's sparring David, he's sparring Junior, Rayo, all of us. You know, he's getting the best work that he possibly can. So yeah, we're all excited for him to get going.
Well, I'm excited too. Now I got the hot button questions. Obviously, everyone will ask you about David and Canelo, all that. Whatever reason that's not happening, so we don't have to go there. Yeah. Caleb Plant David, that fight needs to happen in 2023. Will it happen in your opinion? What do you think of that fight?
Yeah, I think it will happen because Caleb just came off a great win. You know, I think his confidence is a little up right now. So I think if the fight's gonna happen right now, is the time for it to happen. And you know, David's been wanting that fight for a really long time. So I feel that with that performance Caleb had a few weeks ago, the fight will definitely happen. And I definitely see David winning that fight by knockout.
David's one of my favorite fighters in the modern era. Why do you think he can't get these fights? Because when I talk to him, he wants those fights. Yeah. What is the issue? Because I know it's not him.
Yeah, because I've been there when he's asking for the fights as well, so I know he wants the fights. And I think just a lot of guys just don't want to run the risk of losing or getting knocked out by David, and which obviously he knocks everyone out, so I guess they don't want to take that risk.
Literally one of the scariest punchers I've ever seen in my life. Like, you know, literally, like, intimidating.
But when you fight David, you know what I'm saying, that means you're up there. That means you're getting paid. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? David's one of the best fighters for a reason, and I don't know why those guys don't fight him.
You're speaking like me. I think guys should be more battle-tested early. Yeah, exactly. So when you get to the top, you just
it's not a question.
You've been doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like national tournaments. When you get to the finals, you don't say who's in my bracket. You say, okay, it's time to fight the finals.
It's time to fight the top guy.
I think people are losing confidence in themselves by building records and not. That's just how I feel right now.
Yeah, for sure. Just like me, you know, when I was training with my old coach, he would pull a lot of fights away from me that were offered to me by Matchroom, and I didn't like that. You know, for the exact same reason you're saying. You know, we got to start early. We got to start taking these fights early. We can't build a big record and then want to take on the top guys. You know, we got to work our way there from the start. And that's another reason why I came with Benavidez Sr. because I know Benavidez likes taking those risks. You know, David fought for a world title at 20 years old, so that just tells you how early Jose likes to take those risks. And that's another reason why I'm training with him, and my brother's not with him as well. And yeah, we're training really hard.
Who are you calling out? What UK guy are you trying to stop? What UK guy do you want to stop?
There's a lot. You know, thankfully Matchroom has a lot of UK guys. You know, just to name a few, Rocky. No, not him. Not him.
One of the Smith brothers?
One of them. Or no. There's another guy who just beat Jacobs.
Oh,
Ryder.
Ryder. Ryder. What do they call him? The Animal or the Bull?
Yeah, he'll be a great fight.
So Zach Parker and him are fighting. So maybe the winner of that one.
Oh, they're fighting?
They're fighting. See, I'm breaking news to you. Yeah, they're fighting. So maybe the winner of that one.
That'd be a great fight. That's gonna be a good fight. Who do you got on that one?
I think it's just whoever comes with more mentally ready, because I think that John Ryder's there's no special effects when he fights you. He's coming forward and he's durable.
Yeah.
Zach Parker has to mentally be ready for a guy that's going to be in his face a lot in the fight. So I think that's more of a mental than a talent battle. I think November 26th.
Oh, soon.
Soon.
That's
yeah.
what's up, man. I gotta watch that one. Yeah, because those are potential opponents for sure.
Yeah, because how do you feel about a fighter like that, where there's more mental pressure than skill pressure? Because I think that's a big adjustment in the pros too.
For sure, yeah. You know, I feel me. I've always, you know, because of my height and my skills, I've always been a fighter where I have to go in there super confident. I have to go in there and just believing in myself, knowing that, you know, I have to do what I know how to do best. And honestly, I try my best not to put any pressure, like mental pressure on myself. So I've never really faced that yet, but we'll see when it happens. I feel like even in sparring, you know, I've sparred guys like David, Canelo, and I try to stay calm mentally as much as I can and just stick to the game plan, you know, stick to what my coach is telling me, and I feel like I'm really good at that. So it's the reason I haven't really faced too much adversity, you know.
Well, you gave me a question right there. I was about to end this, but I want to know this. Mental pressure, who puts more mental pressure, not physical pressure, David or Canelo when you're in there with him? Or is it different?
It's just way different, because the thing about David is he's putting physical pressure on you, you know what I'm saying? So that physical pressure is already enough, and Canelo, I think Canelo's is more mentally, because he doesn't throw as much and he's not on you as much, but he's ready to counter your ass any second. Anything you throw, he's ready to counter that. So mentally that messes you up, like, can't really throw this because he's ready to counter that. So it kind of does mess you up mentally, but David is more of a physical pressure. He's on your ass and he's tiring your ass out.
It's something great fighters always tell me is really, really good fighters never lose eye contact with you. Is that something both of those guys do, where like even if they slip a punch, they're just always looking at you?
For sure.
Because I feel like that's kind of...
I know David for sure. David doesn't lose sight of you, because I've spent I've hundreds and thousands of rounds with David. So Canelo, I was only with him for like 2 weeks, so I don't remember too much. But David for sure, yeah. And even when like you pivot out, he's on your ass right away after that. Like you pivot out and go back to the middle, he's back on you. Doesn't let you breathe at all, that's what I need, because the guys who I fight honestly are gonna fight me in that way, because I'm the taller fighter. So I honestly can't get any better work than David. So.
Well, it feels cool because it feels like you're kind of like the young version of David, like from the body type to everything. And it seems like now you're being groomed by him almost to be his heir apparent, literally. So like when he's done with the division, you'll probably take over. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, and David, he has a few more fights in 160, and then he's moving up to 175. And me, I'm not too heavy. You know, I could stay at 160. I could force myself to make 160 if I really had to, but I'm not going to do that.
Okay, so you're saying you might fight Golovkin before it's done? I get what you're saying.
I wish. I hope. You know, I hope I get a crack at Golovkin before he calls it a career. But you know, that's another fighter that I look up to a lot, and I admire him as a person and as a champion. Golovkin, a great fighter. I was blessed enough to fight on his undercard from his last fight.
Yeah, that was a good fight. You actually fought a guy that I actually knew of, and you had a good performance. And I think that people were actually critical of you unfairly, because you had to think your way through that stoppage.
He was smart. He was a smart fighter.
Because I saw you doing a lot of impressive thinking in that fight to set up the knockout. You had to work your way into that position.
I think you have to be a hardcore boxing fan to understand what I did that fight, and like you understand what I did.
I'd say nerd, you know, boxing nerd like myself. You know? But like, I thought that was a very mature performance from someone your age, to not just look for a shot, because he was trying to set you into things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, from the first round, I could see he was waiting for me to bait in for him to counter me, and I wasn't going to let that happen, you know. So I had to be smart. I had to stick to the game plan that Jose put up for us, and yeah, we got the knockout in the 5th round, took him out of there.
Okay.
It's good performance.
Any last words to your friends, family, all that stuff?
I just want to say thank you to everyone who's supporting me and Team Pacheco. I appreciate the support. Stay tuned. Big things coming. Thank you, guys.